Hi guys, Rajiv here. Do you know what's the toughest thing to do in the world? To install Tensorflow-GPU. Let me show you how to install any version you want on your desktop. So let's go. We would be following these 7 steps to install Tensorflow-GPU and Pytorch in our Windows 10. So let's start. The first one is check hardware and software dependencies. For that, we have to move to this website where the first point says that our GPU, which should be NVIDIA one, should have compute capability of these. To check for your GPU, let's go to this website. It says that for our GPU, the compute capabilities is 5.0. So it is compatible. Next, we will see the dependencies of the latest TensorFlow version which we are going to install, which is 2.5.0. For that, we require Python 3.6 to 3.9 and Microsoft Visual Studio compiler and CUDA Deep Neural Network Library version 8.1 and CUDA 11.2. We would be installing Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition because it's free. We'll download the online downloader and then wait for it to be installed. The most important part is we have to download the desktop development with C++. Then click on install and wait. It will download all the files required. For a successful installation of Visual Studio Community 2019, let's restart the system. After the successful installation of the MSVC 2019, we need to check which NVIDIA graphics driver version is supported by the CUDA 11.2. For that, let's go to desktop and right click to open NVIDIA control panel. In that, click on system information. It shows 462.30. In the table here, the 11.2 requires for Windows anything greater than 460.82. If you have any graphics driver version which does not meet the criteria, please install the required one from the NVIDIA's website. Now let's install CUDA. We have to install CUDA 11.2 from the website this. From here, we would choose the latest update of the 11.2, which is this. Let's download the latest update for Windows and then Windows 10. Then we have to install the exe. Then download the base installer. Let's wait for it to be downloaded. After downloading, let's install CUDA 11.2. And we would go with the Express, and then let's wait for it to be installed. Next, we have to download the CUDA Deep Neural Network Library version 8.1. For that, let's go to this page and then log in. If you don't have account, create one. After logging in, let's check this I agree to terms and then download the CUDA Deep Neural Network Library. Let's download CUDNN version 8.1.1, which is the latest as of now, and then choose library for Windows x86 architecture. Let's wait for it to be downloaded. After downloading the CUDNN library, let's extract it here. Let's open this in one side and then open the CUDA install directory in the other window. It would be inside program files, NVIDIA GPU computing toolkits and CUDA, and then inside 11.2. So we have to copy the required libraries from the downloaded file to the installed file. For that, let's copy the library from here to here. And then let's install the binaries from here to here. Now next, let's copy the include file from the downloaded location to the install directory. Now let's set the environment path for the installed CUDA library. For that, let's type environment variables and then again click to environment variables, and then here in the system variables add CUDA path if it is not already present here. In my case it is present, otherwise if it is not present, click new and then write CUDA path, and then in the variable value you have to copy this path, paste it here and then OK, and in my case it is already there. Next, we have to add the environment path of the binaries and then lib and bpp directory in the system. For that, let's go to environment variables and then click on path, then add edit, then here add new, and in new add this bin directory, and in the next one add one more where you have to write this directory. Now we have CUDA and CUDNN perfectly installed in our system. TensorFlow 2.5.0 supports Python from 3.6 to 3.9. For safer side, we would be installing 3.8. For that, let's go to this website, then install Python 3.8.10. Then from here, let's download Windows installer. Now we have to add Python 3.8 to path and then click on install now. It will install the Python for us. After the successful installation of Python 3.8, let's install the Tensorflow-GPU and Pytorch in our Python virtual environments. For that, let's move to the directory where we would be creating our project and open command prompt there. And then in command prompt, we would create two virtual environments, one for TensorFlow GPU and one for Pytorch. Instead of installing the TensorFlow GPU and Pytorch globally, I like to install it per project basis so that the global installation list is clean for me. Let's create one more for Torch GPU. Now let's activate the TensorFlow virtual environment. And then install TensorFlow GPU. And then let's wait for it to be installed. After the successful installation of TensorFlow GPU, let's check whether our TensorFlow is able to use the CUDA or not. For that, let's open Python in the terminal and then import TensorFlow. The first line which says that the library CUDA is being able to be detected. That means that's an indication that the CUDA is being used. So now let's test whether our TensorFlow is being built by CUDA or not. For that, let's use this. It should return true. Also, let's test one more thing. After typing this, it should also return true. This true means that our TensorFlow GPU is perfectly installed. Let's deactivate the TensorFlow GPU environment. Now let's install Pytorch. For that, let's activate the Pytorch environment. In that, let's install Pytorch. And then the Torch library for computer vision. And then let's wait for it to be installed. After the successful installation of Pytorch, you can activate Torch GPU or TF GPU anytime you want, and then use the library with the CUDA support. In upcoming videos, I will tell you how to install TensorFlow GPU and Pytorch in Linux. So stay tuned for more awesome videos ahead. Namaste.